They called her weak, small, a joke. But when the towering alien champion mocked her in the arena, the crowd laughed with him. They stopped laughing when she moved, just once, and the snap of his arm echoed louder than their cheers ever had. The arena roared with excitement. 1,000 alien voices layered in languages Earth had barely begun to understand. Spectators from dozens of systems had gathered in orbit around Ilzen Prime, their attention focused on the main event, the Intergalactic Warrior Games. And at the center of the Colosseum stood the reigning champion. Karash of the Grawl, 8 feet tall, muscle layered on muscle, tusks gleaming, bone armor dripping with trophies from conquered foes. He flexed for the crowd, and the ground trembled beneath his clawed feet. His opponent? A human, a woman, barefoot. She wore no armor, only the black training GI issued by the games. Her brown hair was tied in a tight braid. Her eyes, calm, almost bored, met Karash's with the same intensity one gives to a stubborn stain. The announcer's voice echoed. And now, we begin. Karash stepped forward, laughing. This is your champion, humans? I thought you were sending a warrior, not a servant. He raised one thick arm, pointing at her. You'll be unconscious in 10 seconds. She didn't speak. She simply adjusted her stance, left foot rooted, right foot drawn slightly back. Karash grinned and charged. The ground quaked. She didn't move. Not her legs. Not her arms. Only her shoulder, as Karash's punch came in wide and arrogant. She turned her body, redirected his force. Then, snap, her elbow crashed into the joint of his arm. He screamed. The crowd gasped. She had broken his dominant arm, without even moving her feet. And then she whispered, 8 seconds left. The arena went dead silent. Karash stumbled back, cradling his shattered arm. The pain turned his confident roar into a confused growl. He looked down at the limb, hanging limp, useless. That wasn't supposed to happen. Not against a human. Not against her. The crowd had no idea how to react. The silence cracked under murmurs and gasps in a dozen alien dialects. The Galactic Games had seen warriors fall before, but not like this. Not at the opening strike. And never without a counterattack. She still hadn't moved her feet. The human bowed slightly. That was your warning. Karash snarled, voice trembling with pain and rage. You'll pay for that. He charged again, reckless this time, swinging with his uninjured arm, tusks lowered, fangs bared. She didn't back away. She ducked low, not to retreat, but to step in, under his center of gravity. One smooth motion. Her palm slammed into his solar plexus, and his feet left the ground. The crowd gasped as the 8-foot champion soared backward and landed flat on his back, choking for air. He tried to rise. She was already standing over him. The officials didn't call the match. Not yet. It was a no-holds-barred round. But even they hesitated. The human wasn't fighting with brute force. She was dismantling him. Karash rolled to his knees. What kind of weapon is this? She answered calmly. Discipline. He threw dirt in her face. A coward's move, but fast. She tilted her head slightly and closed her eyes. When he lunged, blinded by fury and shame, she turned with his motion, caught his wrist, and twisted. Another crack. This time, the left arm. The crowd screamed. Karash fell to the ground, groaning in agony. The human took a single step back. You are defeated. The match official floated down, stunned, voice shaken. Victor, Earth's representative. Master Sergeant Kara Lin. No cheers. Just stunned, hollow silence. And then, in the back rows, a low chant began in a Grawl dialect. The Bonebreaker. The silent wind. Kara turned, unfazed by the sound. She wasn't here for glory. She was here with a message. Earth didn't come to impress. They came to end arguments, efficiently. Karash was carried away on a floating stretcher, both arms splinted, his pride shattered more than his bones. The arena buzzed with a nervous energy that no one could quite name. The crowd had come for blood. What they got instead was precision, silence, and something far more terrifying than rage. They got control. Kara Lin didn't linger. She walked out of the arena as she'd entered it, barefoot, calm, and unreadable. Backstage, the Galactic delegates stared at the screen with wide eyes. The representative from the Sakari Collective clicked their mandibles nervously. That's the human entry? That's what they're fielding? One of the Krask generals leaned forward, tail twitching. We laughed at their submission. Now I wonder if they've been studying us this entire time. In a private chamber beneath the arena, Kara stood alone. A hologram flickered to life. General Marcus Rivas appeared, arms crossed. You made your point, Kara. She gave a nod. He studied her expression, but they're still not ready to believe Earth's message. Kara's jaw tightened. Then I'll make them. General Rivas leaned forward. The next match is against the Sindrak Blade Master. No human has ever survived a duel with one. Then it's a good thing I'm not just any human. She ended the call. Meanwhile, across the stars, news of the match spread like plasma fire. Alien media ran headlines in every language. Human disables champion without breaking stance. Who is Kara Lin? Earth's silent warrior shocks the galaxy. Even on distant warships, alien commanders watch the footage in silence, the same question forming in their minds. What else have we underestimated? And somewhere, far away, in a black site facility buried beneath an asteroid belt, a cloaked figure watched Kara's match again. Not with fear, with interest. Activate Project Ember, the voice said. She's the spark we've been waiting for. The Sindrak Blade Master arrived 2 days later. He wore armor of obsidian scales, each etched with the names of fallen opponents. His twin swords pulsed with violet energy, humming with a frequency only trained killers could hear. Sindrak warriors didn't just fight. They erased legacies. The arena was already packed before sunrise. No one wanted to miss Earth's next move. The previous fight had been analyzed by thousands of tacticians. Many concluded it was a fluke. Luck. A trick. But those who had truly studied Kara Lin knew better. They didn't come to see if she would win. They came to see how far the others would fall. The gates hissed open. Kara stepped out again. Same black GI, same quiet expression. No weapons. No armor. Her presence alone cut through the tension like a blade. The announcer barely finished speaking before the Sindrak lunged. Fast. Unbelievably fast. One blade slashed horizontally while the other came down from above. A double kill strike. Kara didn't flinch. She sidestepped. Just an inch. Enough to let the first blade miss her shoulder. Her hand snapped up, catching the second in midair. The audience gasped. Her palm bled. But the blade had stopped. The Sindrak snarled and twisted, trying to wrench his weapon free. Kara twisted with him, guiding his movement. Then, pivot. Her elbow struck his jaw. Hard. He reeled back. Blood trailed from his mouth. She stepped forward. The Sindrak struck again, swords spinning, dancing around him like wings of death. Kara ducked low, swept his leg, and dropped him to the ground. Her knee pressed against his chest, pinning him without weight, just perfect balance. This time, she spoke loud enough for the entire arena to hear. Is this what you call strength? Blades and posture? The Sindrak hissed. You humans are weak. You hide behind rules and peace. Kara leaned closer. We trained in peace. But we mastered war. He roared. One last strike from below, blade piercing toward her ribs. Her hand moved. Steel met bone. And the blade clattered to the floor, snapped clean in two. The match ended not with a shout, but a breath. Kara stood, nodded, and walked away, blood dripping from her palm, eyes never leaving the horizon. The galaxy finally understood. Earth wasn't trying to impress them. Earth was warning them. The Galactic Council held an emergency session the next cycle. Every species that once laughed at the humans now watched Kara Lin's footage in silence. What was once amusement had turned into strategy meetings. Dozens of worlds had begun revising their military doctrines. The word human was no longer followed by weak or curious. Now it was followed by unpredictable, lethal, precise. The council speaker, a six-eyed diplomat from the Rin sovereignty, opened the floor with unease in his voice. Earth has sent no fleets, no superweapons, just one soldier. And she has shattered 2 of our most elite champions without using a single advanced weapon. Why? The hall murmured. An older Trask general rose from his chair. Because Earth is showing us the cost of underestimating them. In the training chambers beneath Earth's embassy, Kara Lin wiped sweat from her brow. She had sparred with 3 other elite trainees simultaneously, all of them using advanced tech. They still hadn't landed a clean hit. General Rivas appeared again via secure channel. They're asking for a formal summit. The council wants to avoid further embarrassment. Kara didn't look up. Did they apologize? Rivas hesitated. Not yet. Then I'm not done. She picked up a training spear and faced the next set of holographic opponents. a simulation of the Krixa War Saints. Each had conquered planets in single campaigns. She defeated them all in 6 minutes. Back on the council floor, a new report arrived. Not just from the games, but from outer sectors. Pirates who tried to raid human colonies had disappeared. Entire black market routes had gone quiet. No debris, no distress calls, only silence. Earth had deployed no warships, just teams like her. Across the galaxy, one phrase began to spread in hushed whispers. Do not provoke the humans. You might not hear the war begin, but you'll feel the end.